Hi guys, welcome to Linux YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's new in this video? In this video we will talk about until loop in shell script. But before start the lab session we need to understand few points, which is what is until loop and how it's useful in shell scripting. So basically bash provides several looping constructs to control the execution flow in script, including for, while, and until loops. The until loop is a unique looping mechanism that runs a block of code repeatedly until a specified condition becomes true. It, it is essentially work in the opposite manner of the while loop, making it valuable tool when executing commands as long as condition remains false. Until loop in shell scripting execute a block of command repeatedly as long as the given condition remains false. The loop terminates when the condition evaluates to the true. So this behavior is the inverse of while loop, which continues as long as its condition is true. So in this demo, we will explore the basic concept of until loop in bash and examine how they can be used to automate tasks and implement complex algorithms. We will also cover some common use cases and best practice for working with until loop and go with some example of how to use until loop to solve real world problems. So let's do the lab session and we'll see how we can use until loop in shell script. Here you can see I am on my Linux box and let me show you the OS release version. If I go Red Hat release, currently I am working RHEL 9.3. So let's start with the first step, which is syntax of until loop command. Let's go with the documentation, which is help until. Here is the syntax: until commands, then do commands done. So let me make it very simple format, then I'll try to explain the code. So if I open my notepad, this is the syntax of until loop command. This. So here, basically what happened, looping start with until condition, like here, it's started from here. The condition is evaluated at the beginning of each iteration. This condition can be any command or series of the command that produce an exit status. A zero exit status indicate success, true, and non-zero exit status indicate failure, known false. Then we have a do condition. Do means mark the beginning of the loop body. Then commands or statement to be executed. These are the command that will be executed as long as the condition evaluates to false. And finally we have done. So done marks the end of the loop body. So in short we can say the condition is evaluated at the start of each iteration. If the condition is false, the block of the statement inside the loop is executed. After executing the block, the loop returns to check the condition again. The loop continues until the condition becomes true. Once the condition becomes true, the loop will terminate it and script will continue to the next statement. So let's make some until loop script to understand how it's really helpful in shell script, and it is very easy for all of us, right? So we will start with the first case, which is simple until loop to iterate for a fixed number of time. So we can use a while loop to iterate over a fixed number of time. We can set the condition to be less than or equal to a number, and the loop will iterate. The loop continues until the condition becomes true. Once the condition becomes true, the loop will terminate it and the script will continue to the next statement. So first of all, we will create a text file using text editor in Linux. So in this case, we are using vim editor. You can go with anyone. So I'll make a file demo.sh and then let's start. So let me copy the content from my notepad and I'll try to explain the first code. I'll copy, paste it here, save it, and now let's go cat or nl demo.sh. So let me explain the code. So first line is bin bash. This line is called shebang and indicate the path to the interpreter that should be used to execute the script. In this case, it is specified that the bash shell should be used. In the next line, script. one is script, right? Um, it's echoing until loop start and prompts the user to type a number. Then it reads the input into the variable called I in the read line with the help of read command. Then until loop checks here. This until loop checks the condition $I is equal to 1 before executing the block of statement inside the loop. Suppose user pass value 10, then what happened? So at the first iteration, I means my variable value is 10 and the condition will check $I 10 is equal to 1. So definitely it's false. So it enters the loop and echo and execute echoing $I is not equal to 1, which means 10 is not equal to 1. Then it decreases the value of I by 1 using I in double round bracket hyphen 1. So now I becomes 9 and it goes back to check the condition again. So this process repeats until the value of I becomes 1. At the point where I is 1, the condition $I is equal to 1 evaluates to true and loop terminates. It skips the block of the statement inside the loop and produces to the next command into the script, and where finally we print the value of I, which is now 1, and then loop terminate. And finally I got the result. So let's make this script executable and run it. So I'll go chmod command demo.sh and then I start demo.sh. Please type the number. I type 10. See, 10 is not equal to 1, 9 is not 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is I value, 1 value is equal to 1. So loop terminated here because condition become true. So this is a big question arise here. What is the difference between the while loop and the until loop? So let me show you some example script on this point. So I'll start with first of all while loop. While.sh. I make a new file and let me go to my code. So let me copy, try to paste and try to understand from here. What's my requirement? My requirement is that I want to monitor a services until it goes down, right? So let me explain this script. First line as usual bin bash. Then it tells the system to run the script using bash shell. Then in the next line it explains that script will keep running while a certain condition remains true, right? Then finally we will start while loop, start the looping here. While systemctl is active -f quit SSD, this loop continues as long as the service SSD is active. It means it's running condition. And quit, basically -f quit prevents any output from the systemctl command and just use the exit status code 0 for success and 1 for failure. And then finally do. This marks the start to loop body, what will repeat. Then in the next line, echoing a message, SSH is still running. And then in the next line, sleep 5. So this paused the script for 5 seconds before checking the SSD status again. It prevents it from spamming messages too quickly. Then we have a done, marks the end of the while loop. And then finally, again I'm echoing SSD, SSH has stopped. This line runs after the loop finish, meaning when SSD is no longer active and the loops end and the message gets printed. So in one line summary, what happening here? The script checks every 5 seconds whether SSH service is still running. If it is running, it prints SSH is still running and wait for 5 seconds. Once the SSH service stop, it exits the loop and print SSH has stopped. So let's run the script and check it what happened. I'll save and quit. I'll give the executable permission this one also and run it while SSH. See, SSH is still running, right? So what I need to do? Let me open the new terminal and stop the services. The moment I stop, let's see what happened. Let's keep going on. So I say systemctl stop SSHD. The moment I press enter, see what happened. SSH has stopped, right? So this script keeps running every 5 seconds as long as it is active. Once I stop it, the loops end And this is the perfect use of while because you are looping while the condition is true. Clear? In the same manner, let's go with until loop. Okay, I make until.sh. Let me go one more time with my code file and I go one more script for example point of view. Let's save it. Now try to explain. Now I'm trying to explain this one. So what my requirement is that I want to wait uh, for a user until user enter correct password. So this is a simple bash shell script that repeatedly prompts the user for a password until the correct one is entered. So first of all, I start with correct pass. Look at the line number 3 after the bin bash. We have a correct pass secret. This is an until loop. It keeps looping until the condition is true. And the condition here checks if the user input, whatever the user input, which is in dollar input file, right, match the correct password, which is dollar correct password. So dollar correct password value is here and input variable value is here, which I'm going to take from user side, right? So it will keep prompting the user as long as input is not equal to secret. Then we have a read hyphen sp enter password input. So reads input silently meaning the characters type aren't show on the screen successful for password. An input is here is a variable that stored what the user typed. Then finally echo is used to move the next line after the user press enter. Since read sp doesn't automatically print a new value, finally echo access granted. When the current password is entered, the loop exists and the message is printed. So if user type wrong password, the script will keep asking until secret is entered. Let's run and check it. If I go, mm, let me make it executable also. Until.sh, enter the password. Suppose I type red hat. No, red hat. No, red hat. No. Let it be go secret this time. SECRET. Access granted. So here you can see it's very important and we use until because the loop continues until the right input is given. I hope the pitch is clear. Let's go one more example. Suppose this time I want to retry a command until success. So I'll clean out one more time. I'll go one more time. Mm, okay. Now I'll go with until. Okay. So basically I'm going to try a command repeatedly until it exits status with 0. So again my first line is bin bash. The next line is comment explaining how the until loop work, right? Then in the next line until with curl command. So here curl hyphen s https google.com dev null. So basically it's tried to make a silent HTTP request to Google and dev null discard any output. So basically this line fails if Google is unreachable or succeeds if request is successful. So until loop keeps running until curl is able to reachable google.com successfully. Then finally inside the loop, it print a message saying service not ready, retrying, and wait for 5 seconds before trying again. So this process repeat until curl can successfully connect to the Google. So at the last line, I finally echoing again, service is up. So when the curl command finally succeeds, the loop stop. This message is printed to the console to indicate that service means Google is now reachable. So in short, this script wait until google.com becomes reachable, checking every 5 seconds. It's useful for waiting on a service to come online before continuing common in the script that manager dependencies or startup sequence. But before run this script, let's check the internet connectivity manually. First of all, ping. 8.8.8.8. Network is unreachable. It means no internet on this OEM. Let's try to run the script and see what happened. So until data set. Service not ready, retrying. So it's keep retrying again and again, right? Now in the other terminal, let me up my NIC card. If up -160, the moment I enable my Ethernet line card, internet will be there and see what happened. Now you notice service not running, retrying, and let's see what happened this time. Let me check. Ping 8.8.8.8. Okay, let me check my IP setting. Okay, I need to change its static active. Let it be go with dynamic. Okay, I change my setting. Now you will notice service is up. The moment I change, internet is there. See, it's working. So I hope you understand how it's work, right? So this is great for retrying network requests or jobs that might fail at first. So finally we got to know the difference between while and until loop. So let me explain briefly one more time. Until loop is similar to the bash while loop, but with a key difference. While loop execute the command as long as the specific condition is true, whereas until loop execute the command as long as condition is false. So this make the until loop very useful for situation where you want to repeat a task until a specified condition is met rather than the continuing as long as the condition is true. So this is how we can use until loop in Linux shell script. I hope this is important for you. That's all about this demo. Thank you for taking the time with me, and I hope that is has improved your understanding of this topic. Hopefully enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. If you feel something I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out to me through my social media link, which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.